Hi everybody, I'm Melinda Gallant, and I'm in a beautiful new space in downtown Sandwich, Massachusetts. The new and improved library on the same footprint, and it is gorgeous. Going to be talking to a wonderful person, and everybody knows him and loves him, Stu Parsons. So come along, let's have another Cape conversation. Hi everybody, I'm Melinda Gallant, and I am in a beautiful space, a space that's been in town for a long time, but it's all new on the inside and it's all been reconfigured and it is gorgeous. And I am with the man of the hour, the man we all love, the man we brought all our kids to and said, oh my God, maybe when I go home they'll go to sleep after listening. I am so thrilled to be with Stu Parsons. Welcome to Cape Conversations. I can't believe after all these years, this is the first time we sat down.
Well, that's because you move around a lot.
Well, that's true. That's true. We're moving targets. So, Stu, how long have you been here?
A long time. I just did the math. 24 years.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of remarkable because I guess when Kathy and I, my wife, Schnookums, when we came to the Cape.
That's your pet name for her, Schnookums?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, when Kathy and I came to the Cape back in '78.
Oh my God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Those amazing Titcombs. All right. Well, Nancy Titcomb and I got together, and I got hired by the Burgess Society.
Yeah.
You know, to be their first full-time employee.
Oh my gosh.
So I had 20 years with Burgess, and now 24. I don't know. It's been a long time. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
What a beautiful
but 20
town.
years with Burgess.
Yeah, 20 years with Burgess. And
well, we moved here in '80, and as I mentioned to you before we started, my little kids, they were little kids back then. Now they're all in their 40s. I don't know biggest age any at all, but. And they went to one of your camps there with the pond, where it was down by the pond. You would take them to the pond, and I don't know, they caught something, and
they survived.
And they survived, and
awesome.
Nobody died. And I was just glad to get them out of the house. So it was all good for me. Of course, the 10-year-old he was 10, almost 11 at that point. He was like, no, I'm not doing that. But you played a big role at Burgess with all the school kids.
That was the best, and I think that's what's been really great about working here in the library.
Sure.
Is that a really important part of what we do is the summer reading program, and trying to get kids energized to keep on reading through the summer to bridge that gap, and so that got us into the schools, and that's where we wanted to be. Get some time with the kids to try to encourage them to connect. And so that's been really great to collaborate with the schools, for summer reading and all this stuff. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, so you've been here 24 years. You're about to retire, which is so exciting. Give me an overview of what you did here, because I know you're youth services librarian, which again is one big long name for the children's librarian. However, it does give you a lofty title, and you deserve it.
Yeah, right. It doesn't quite fit, does it? Now, well,
it goes with the tie. Let me just say that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess I've always thought of myself as children's librarian.
Yeah.
Because I've tended to focus on the younger ones. It was fun because Kathy Johnson and I worked together for a long time. But I was hired to help Lauren, the amazing Lauren Robinson.
Oh, and sure.
To me, Lauren was the heart of the library.
Yeah.
There's just something amazing about her. So for me, it was perfect. I got to work with Lauren to help her do children's program. So she could turn over preschool story times to me so that she was freed up to do everything else.
Yeah.
She just did so much. And at any rate, so that's how it started. And I kept doing more programs with her, and then Lauren decided to move up to reference.
Right.
So she became head of reference, and all of a sudden we're looking around at each other going, now what do we do?
Who's going to do this?
We go, what would Lauren do? And so that's kind of the way it went, and the powers that be decided that Stu and KJ would be a good team.
Nice.
So Kathy was focused more on teens, but she did everything.
Yeah. I did an improv session here for teens one summer.
Yeah.
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 Which was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, she was, anyway. So Kathy was remarkable, but she retired a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And so now Pam Carmichael has moved up, and she's the youth services librarian. And when I leave, they'll be looking around to find somebody.
Sure, somebody.
You know,
well, there is a succession to everything, right?
Yeah, I mean well, they have this place.
Yeah.
This
now, before you were going down those dark steps
yeah.
to read stories to kids. I remember my kids used to go down there.
That goes back.
Well, I know, because I used to bring my kids for story hour, the little ones, and then my grandkids who live over in Falmouth, but they were living in Hyannis, and we would take care of them because both kids worked in restaurants, and I would, their oldest, I would bring here to Storytime.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, we see that every day. You know, grandparents with kids.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, coming in and helping out. It's such a different kind of world than when I was growing up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You lived with your
really
family, and that was it.
Yeah, really interesting to watch that. Yeah, so that still goes on big time. And I'm just excited because to have this, it's so energizing to have this beautiful new space.
Oh, yeah.
and we have new staff.
Yeah.
So we have come on board, and they're psyched and they're wonderful.
Yeah.
So it's like, why the heck am I leaving? You know, it's like, my Lord. But it's always been like that. It's been, you know, we've had a great team.
Yeah.
You know, in children's. It's just, we've been so blessed. I mean,
what's your number one favorite book to read to kids, little kids?
Well, you know, yesterday, preschoolers, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I was terrified of preschoolers. I
Why?
kind of kept away from them at Greenbrier.
Yeah, but you had kids of your own.
Yeah, but these little guys, I'm kind of verbal and a little bit wacky, and I was really worried that
You'd scare them?
Scare them, they'd cry. I don't like crying.
Yeah.
So I didn't do a lot with preschoolers. So coming here, this was really it. And I was thrown right in with Lauren.
Yeah.
So it was terrifying. So anyway, but picture books are just so fabulous. There's so many fun ones now.
Yeah.
There are tons of them. We just had a little book club with kindergarten and first graders.
Oh,
and
fun.
They read Owl Moon.
Ah.
Which is just a beautiful book by Jane Yolen. And their great horned owls have been calling around my house.
Yeah, they're very noisy right now.
It's really amazing. But we also had some owl pellets that they could open up to see what the owls have been eating.
Wow.
So it was a lot of fun. And but Owl Moon is one of those beautiful books, and the same author has done all these crazy dinosaur books, like How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight, teaming up with this crazy illustrator, Mark T. So it's fun. I can share a book by Jane Yolen with the slightly older kids, but that same author has some amazing stuff that just makes kids laugh.
Sure.
And
silliness.
Yeah. So that's just one example, but there's so many great books.
Well, you know, it's funny because I'm going to do a little reading. I'm on the board of the Children's Museum over in Mashpee, Cape Cod Children's Museum for all of Cape Cod. And I said I would come in and read kids' books, so I'm going to have to pick your brain about that because, you know, it's up to really 8 years old is pretty old, is the oldest age group that they get in there usually. I mean, sometimes they get older kids. And they're kind of starting to do things for older kids. They've got a STEAM room, you know, like STEM, but with arts, which is so important.
Oh, that got me steamed when they took the A out of STEM.
I was like, wait a minute. You know, life is not about just math and science. Very important, no doubt about it. But if you don't have a heart, it doesn't make any, you know, doesn't mean anything. Right. So I'm going to have to pick your brain on what ones I might use to read to them. Because they can't be all princess books. Maybe you come and read to them now that I'm sitting here on camera. I'll ask you, you'll come read Melinda, when you're back from one of your many trips.
No, it would be fun. But it sounds like a summertime story time. Where we get families, mixed ages.
Yeah.
So I always use more than one book.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Something short and rhyming, but something with a little more to it, like Owl Moon.
Yeah.
So that maybe there's some balance.
Yeah, I see.
One book may not do it.
Well, okay, I'll have to keep that in mind for sure. So, what are you going to do, Stu? I know you're a busy man. You like to keep busy. You said you were going to travel, maybe? Or?
Yeah. Well, I've got kids that are scattered, so
in good places,
by their
I've
choice. Heard. Okay, I don't take it personally, but they.
No, trust me. If they were 35 and living in the basement, would not be a good thing.
Good point.
I'm just saying.
Oh, God, I feel a lot
Not
better
that there's
about
anything wrong with that. However,
no, actually, we don't have a basement. But let me think. Dave's in Hawaii.
Nice.
This is pretty awesome. So we're going to go out there and see him.
Did they all go to school here?
No. Yeah, I've been working in this beautiful town for whatever it is.
Yeah.
Forever. But we've been living in Bourne since the mid-'80s. My son Dave was born while we were at Greenbrier, living upstairs.
Yeah.
in this beautiful little apartment. And then Jeff was born. Oh, man. Well, there's no room for Jeff. He was in a drawer.
I love it.
And so it was, now what?
Yeah.
So we started looking around to find a little house, some little thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
that's back when you go to buy a house, weren't it?
It was tough. But we found a little place over in Buzzards Bay.
Oh, nice.
Cute little house in Buzzards Bay on a little teeny lot with a whole bunch of other houses around it.
Yeah.
Neat little neighborhood. So we ended up in Bourne, and we just kind of stayed there.
Isn't it funny how that
all
happens?
my kids were raised in Bourne.
So they all went to Bourne schools?
Yep. Though actually, my son Tim was playing soccer with some of the gang up here at the high school. There's that men's league in the summer.
Yeah.
So he was
I call
playing
it the
on
old
same.
men's league. My son plays in basketball in Rhode Island, but he's in his early 50s now. And I go, oh, you're in the old man's league. He goes, Mom.
Yes, but he was playing soccer with over here with the sandwich team.
Yeah.
So I got to see some of these kids, you know, because I was following the sandwich soccer. It's like, whoa, man, these guys are good.
Yeah.
It was really great. So it was
and
fun.
some of them came to listen to your story time, I bet.
Yeah, some of them did, yeah. I'm feeling like a grandfather, even though I'm not, because that happens, you know.
Yeah,
the mom will say, well, I remember my mom used to bring me, and I said, well, I guess.
How did this happen?
I've been here a while.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, you have. And what have they done to the library? I know they've moved the children's section, and we're sitting in part of it right now.
Yes.
Well, this used to be something else.
Well, this had periodicals, so you could get newspapers and you could sit.
Yeah. It's such a beautiful view.
It's really wonderful. What they've done, though, is they've taken this area and then combined it with where the conference room was. And so they created this great open space that's completely lit. It's all this light. And the architecture of this 85 edition is cool because it has this little zigzag going on with brick and glass and wood outside, and you can see wood and glass inside. It just blew me away. This was here in 85.
Right.
But the way it was set up, you don't really maybe appreciate it. We had lots of people say, was it always like this? It was.
Were all these windows here?
Yeah. So anyway, they've done, for us, this is great. Bathrooms are right nearby.
Yeah.
They used to be the farthest away they could be when we were.
Well, we're way over there.
The
yeah, they were over here. Right.
So lots of parents are just going, oh, yeah. That makes a difference.
Right.
No, it's this is beautiful. The archives now is in the 1910 edition,
which is
oldest part of the library. It's beautiful.
Right, and that's where the children's library was.
That's where we were. Yeah.
Right.
So I couldn't imagine this.
Yeah.
So when we moved in, it was just stunning. It was just wow. It was anyway. So and I think there's bittersweet to it for some of us geezers.
Yeah.
You know, who remember what it was like and somehow think it's charming that you can't quite reach the books because the stacks are so high and all these packed in. So, no, I feel very differently about it. I love that it's more open. There's more places to sit.
So you accept change. You're a person who accepts change.
I don't like change.
Really?
No, I do the same stuff all the time. Yeah, if you came to my story time 20 years ago.
It'd be the same story time.
Probably be the same. Yeah.
Different books.
I'd have a bucket of frogs. And,
oh, yeah.
For springtime and
yeah.
I didn't know what it was going to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But you're loving it now.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing: you'll be able to come back and bring your grandchildren when you have them. Not too soon, not too long, not too whatever, but soon you'll be able to bring yours to the story time. Then they're going to say, "You want to read this, Stu?"
No.
No.
No, I look forward to that. Honestly.
Yeah. So they've moved all the children's over to here, right? Yep. And they're used to go down steps in the old building.
There was an area below children's.
Why did I go down there for a magic show or something? I can't remember.
Before 85.
Yeah. Well,
before the 85 edition.
Yeah.
Right? All the programming was over there. This amazing edition, the 85 edition, has a full basement.
Oh, that's
and
right.
The meeting space is downstairs.
Downstairs,
so
nice.
That was a big change.
Well, and we've used it a lot. We used it when myself and some others were in charge of First Night Sandwich.
Oh my gosh, right. Yep,
you know,
it was a
and
venue.
so we as one of the venues, and
right.
It was a perfect venue. You know, so what else is planned for here? Do you know, or?
I don't. That's part of the fun of it. Actually, this is kind of good. One of the things that happened with COVID is that we were all in a small space at the Sandhill School.
Oh, yeah.
And adult, kids, reference, everybody. So we did more connecting, I think, in that space than we had ever done. But the way the staffing is now, there are strong connections between reference and children's.
Yeah.
Just because we've worked together.
Yeah.
A bunch. And there's actually more collaborating going on. It started with summer reading. And so I don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting because instead of kids doing their thing and adults doing their thing, there's even more collaborating going on. So to me, I don't know where it's going. It's going to be really interesting.
Well, you know what's kind of fun about that, though? Isn't that what they're saying now? I mean, that's what gives everybody a sense of community. When you have all different kinds of people coming together. You know, in nursing homes now, they're bringing in toddlers or little people to come in and draw and color with people in nursing homes, or to have lunch with them, and it gives everybody a sense of purpose, in a way.
That's nicely said. And do you know the Sandwich Partnership for Families?
No,
oh,
I'm not familiar.
Gosh, Melinda, you've got to check this. These people are incredible.
Uh-huh.
We've been collaborating with them for 20 years.
Wow.
For a while, they ran something called the Discovery Center, which was downstairs in this building. And they ran playgroups, and we collaborated on programs with them. They were childhood specialists, so we had resource right there.
Yep.
We still do. They're not in the building anymore. They're over at Forestdale. Actually, they're over at Sandhill now. But the thing is that they've been doing things like that with Heritage, Cape Heritage, but we get to work with these folks regularly. And so the things that you're talking about, a lot of that happens, if we're going to get involved, it's because of these collaborations.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
This is a neat town that way, because there's a lot of collaborating that goes on.
Sure.
You know.
Well, you came here in '78, so I guess my question is, seen any changes?
I used to drag kids from Greenbrier. I'd go up over the, just into the woods.
Yeah.
It's all developed.
Oh, I know.
But I'd drag those kids with compasses and topo maps.
Yeah.
And say, okay, guys, let's see if we can get to this thing on the map. What do you say? Yeah, okay. Well, take me there. And then we'd go, well, it's not as easy to do that. Yeah.
No, now you're in somebody's yard.
Yeah. And we have some beautiful conservation land. That's one thing that I've been thrilled about, is that the town has really invested in conservation and have the Cook area protected and Maple Swamp. And there are just so many.
Yeah.
And so that I've seen some changes. But you see the library grow.
I know.
The town
See, that's
grew,
a good
but
thing.
Resources have grown. I'm kind of excited about the way the town, even during tight times, came through and supported the library. That's my impression of it, you know, in the last 24 years.
Well, they wanted the library in the village. They made a pretty big statement about that, I think the community did. They wanted it to stay where it was. Yeah. And they wanted it to look as beautiful as it is. And libraries are changing in this digital world. We all know that. There are less tangible books and more things online that you can get and read, and audibles and all these different things. I'm a great audible book person. I know I should sit down and read. However, if I can listen to a book while by walking or on my exer bike or doing something else, it's good for me because I'm at least getting some literature in my life. To sit and read a book is difficult. I've always found it a little bit difficult. So I just think that when I walked in here, it was like, breath of fresh air. It's contemporary, but not too. You know, need some things on the walls, but you'll get there. It'll get there. But I just think it's wonderful. It stayed in its home. Yeah. And this was its home.
Yeah, I think it's quite remarkable. I mean, downtown Sandwich. I mean, old Sandwich, Main Street Sandwich is just gorgeous.
Well, it's a picture. It's a postcard.
Yeah.
You know, and when we snow, we're all complaining about the snow, and I'm not a snowbird, nor would I ever be. I might go somewhere for a week, but I'd never go to Florida. So, to me, it is when the snow's hanging off the trees and you can't see the street, it takes you back in time. It's just so, so gorgeous. And the library and the look of this library from the front is the exact part of that. It's a part of that.
That's fun.
You know?
Yeah, it's pretty special.
It is. It's very special. It's kind of like your neighborhood you live over in Buzzards Bay.
Yeah.
You know?
It's cozy.
It's cozy. I'm sure it's grown up around you. Trust me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I live over in Town Neck, and the little tiny houses that used to be there are no longer there. They've all gone up. They've all gone up and done crazy things to them. So it's definitely a different place for sure. So you've got 4 kids. They all live in the 4 corners, except one lives in East Falmouth.
Yeah, Timmy's down there. Susie's in San Francisco. Dave's in Hawaii. Yeah. Jeff and Emma are in Amsterdam.
Wow, that is wonderful.
Yeah, we got to go see them.
Oh yeah, have you ever been, or no?
Me?
Did they?
No.
Yeah, did they just move, or have they been there a while?
They've been there a couple of years.
Wow.
Yeah, they were in Hong Kong for a while now, and then they moved to.
What may I ask? What he does?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I can't explain it. He works.
he's
I really
a spy.
Can't. No, he's not.
No, he's not a spy.
I can talk about it, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
But no, it's one of those things. He works for a multinational, and they do software, hardware, applications, some marketing stuff. He came in on the marketing end to help them internally in Hong Kong with their big business, where you have people doing marketing and software development and hardware, very different kinds of cultures. Yeah. And so he works on ways to help people connect. And then they wanted him to help with in Europe with some projects, and now I don't know what he's doing.
Well, I would just say though he's probably glad to be out of Hong Kong since the communist government has taken it over there. So.
Yep, it's still stressful because his wife's dad lives there.
Oh, so, tough.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a Brit.
Yeah.
A barrister. And
oh my goodness.
I don't know if he's going to when or if he's going to leave. It's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
So we do keep our eye on it.
Well, it's his home and probably been his home forever.
A long time.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference. We all know, talk about not wanting to change, you know, I can see that. So, you're off on a new adventure.
Oh my God.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm psyched.
That is so wonderful. And this is beautiful. You're leaving an unbelievable legacy here. There's just no doubt about it. You are leaving a legacy here as well. You know that. You've made an imprint on kids who are now all grown up with kids of their own.
Poor and kids.
You imprint those poor kids. And you made an imprint on them. And your good nature and your kindness and your knowledge, not only of books, but of, you know, outside things, nature and all of that is truly, truly a gift, has been a gift to them. So thank you so much for talking with me. And see, now most people probably didn't know. They just thought you just wore crazy ties because you dealt with kids. No, he's actually a crazy person who likes these ties.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Anyway, you are a delight, you are a joy, and you are going to be sorely missed. But you're not going to leave Sandwich totally. You're going to come back and see us, right?
Oh, absolutely. I love this town.
Yeah, I hope so. I truly hope so.
Really
And we'll put it on Facebook when he reads over at the at the Children's Museum.
Yeah, all right. It's in there.
we're gonna get him over there between trips. So anyway, Stu, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
It's a delight.
Wow, Stu Parsons, he was terrific. Oh, I wish him all the best. And he's going to be sorely missed from this library for sure. So make sure you come in to the Sandwich Public Library and see all the wonderful new things they've got going on here and the beautiful, beautiful look of the library. It's so calming. It's just fantastic. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time on another Cape Conversation.